What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. It is Tuesday. It's a later day, but it's okay. Here's the thing. I don't see necessarily work as being I don't know. I used to have this mentality that work was, well, it is a necessity, but more so in this mindset that I carried it in terms of labor and what I had to do. Basically, I'd always call it, like I have to do this, I have to go to work. You might see where I'm going with this, but it's always like, oh, I have to do this, whatever. But it really is, for me now, it's, I want to go to work, I want to get the money, I want to do this, because it changes everything. It really does. I mean, it's like once you switch that mentality up, it makes you feel like you're representing yourself and as well as the money you make, right? Because you free yourself from that like mentality that you're a victim, and that and I'm not trying to go for a whole like non-victim situation kind of guru lifestyle guy here. I'm not, because there are situations where you will be a victim and you have to deal with that trauma, that experience in a way that only a victim can, because in a way only way that you can be is by admitting you were a victim of something. But anyways, I'm not here for that. I'm not saying that you're never going to be a victim, because you are, and it happens. That's how we help each other. But when it comes to work, for me, it helps out a lot knowing that, or choosing to believe that I want to go to work, because it is a belief. I mean, you can say that you have to go to work or you want to go to work, but it's like you make that decision. I hear guys at work that will be saying like, oh, and specifically one guy too I hear, he's always saying like, oh man, like I should put in my 2 weeks right now, or like stuff like that. Stuff that just seems like he doesn't want to be there. It's like, I'm like, dude, you're talking to the same people on the same boat. It's like, either get out or stay. Obviously we're not interacting in a sense that we need you, but it's like we're all in this together anyways, so why bickering about life? Flip. Oh, that was a cop. Wow. Okay. The thing is, there's an RV in front of me, and I didn't see the freaking RV. But a cop just passed me, or not passed me, but just passed the intersection too. So, not that I wanted that to happen. It's just that this RV is like, I don't know, 30 feet away, 20 feet away, and it's really tall. And so I thought it was already still green, because I by the second I was gonna pass it, I still saw that it wasn't red. So obviously it can either be green or yellow. But in that split second when I saw it, I was like, oh, it's still green. But then that next second, it's when it was already yellow, and then that's when it went already red. So it was already in the stage of yellow going to red. But I'm good. I guess I'm good. I don't know. The divine luck. I don't know what it would be. But anyways, yes. Don't be a victim to your own work. And that goes both ways. Choose to be at work. Choose to be there. Choose to do 80 hours. Like, choose to. Because once you choose that you want to be there, not only do you feel like you're representing yourself, you have more self-respect for yourself, but that time allocation suddenly becomes just a block of time that you put there. Meaning that you want to be there. It might suck and it might be a crappy job, but it's like once you put the time, you see it as a block of productivity, and then whatever you do afterwards, regardless of what you do in that same day or week, whatever, you can measure in whatever way you want to. You can say, okay, well, I've been productive for 8 hours, 10 hours, whatever it would be. Now I want to relax. It's like, then you should relax because you earned it. Or maybe you don't feel like you're earned it yet, so you want to do something else. It's like, that's perfectly fine too. But that measurement comes from you choosing that you want to do that, not because you have to. It's like, okay, well, now I only have like 6 hours of time for free for myself. It's like, okay, well, like, darn, it's like, no, you chose to go to work and you chose to be there for that long. Like, especially in America, like, it's, yes, there are some scenarios where you absolutely have to stick it out for that time. I've been there myself. I'm not saying, oh, don't worry about it, we're going to the job, because in economic times, in terms of economic crisis, there's no way you can just drop out of, anywhere and go get a job right away. It's like, even then, you still got to wait for like 2 weeks to get another paycheck. So it's like, you got to survive without a paycheck for at least 2 weeks, and that's not possible for some people. So I get that. I'm speaking in the sense that, you got a job and you're there, and you gotta stick it out, or you gotta do what you gotta do. But I'm also speaking in the sense that, for your mental health, it's like you want to be there. Like, you may not want to be there, and in some scenarios you may have to be there. But overall, if you choose to do that kind of stuff, mentality, especially with everything else as well, it's like the only person to blame is you. And that goes for your success as well. That goes for your success. Like, you earned this. You have a car. You earned that. That's yours. You worked hard. You eat your meal. But don't take it to heart exactly, because everyone, I'm spitting out this block of solution that can't necessarily mold into every single one's problem. So it's not exactly the solution to all things. And it doesn't mean that it has to be the way I say it. It's just the way it helps me personally feel productive about my day. It's like, I made my money. I made today's worth. I can do what I want to do now. I can choose to be, I can choose to relax. I can choose to study. I can draw, be productive. I can either be productive. I think it comes down to two things that I always kind of break it down to its most simplest form, and that being either productivity or leisure. Right? Either being a creator or a user. So you're either watching a movie, or you're editing videos, or making a movie. I guess for simplicity's sake, you could say, I'm either creating this, creating some productivity, and creating more learning time, or I'm watching videos, I'm using this, I'm whatever. But it may not work exactly to everything, but you can kind of get the idea of it. In terms of working out, it's like, well, obviously working out is productive because you're working your body out. You're either gaining muscle, working on your cardiovascular health, whatever it would be. You're still producing something of a result. But that also means it doesn't have to be the way exactly, and it doesn't. It also means, like, you can be a user the whole day as well, the whole week, the whole year if you want it to be, or you can be a creator the whole year. That's what you would probably call the grind mindset, but that's also still toxic. I think that's where it all falls down again to just kind of balancing it out, because you can't just lean one way and think everything will fall in hand and fall into place. And it might fall into place. Who knows? That's everyone's life. It's a choice. You choose that for your own life. But yeah, I guess I've come to my own conclusion of balancing it out. Right? You may want to, relax today, or you may want to relax, every Tuesday or something, or I don't know, Tuesday, Wednesdays you relax, Monday, Thursday, Fridays you work out, or you are more productive, or you measure in some way. But most importantly as well, measure what you do. Even casually, like, just measure what you do. It's like, okay, well, yesterday, in your head that can be, or write it down if you want to, but it's like, you know, I got home, I did whatever, but I spent gaming for like an hour. I was on my phone for an hour, you know, whatever. I was drawing, then I was, you know, looking at business ideas. So that was like productivity time for another 30-40 minutes. Doing that, you'll start to see, you know, what you prioritized. And the thing is, you know, you won't just become a success of whatever you want to be overnight. You gotta kind of mold it into place. You know, that's what habits become your lifestyle. So what you do today is what will be the result of whatever you do that right now in terms of habits in the next year. So it's like, if you're always working out, you will probably be more toned out than you are right now. Or if you're creating content, drawing, again, it's all, you know, you already know the input and output on that. But, you know, it's all about your habits. So yeah, that's I had that in my head all day, and I wanted to say it out loud. And here we go. And all I'm saying is nothing new. You know, everything I've said has been reiterated in many different ways, many different times. So yeah. But today wasn't too bad. Days are getting a little later now because I got a seal, and I can't just, you know, with trimming, it was easier because I could just, you know, trim it out, and it'll be a lot quicker. I can pre-cut things, I can staple it on really fast. But when it comes to sealing, I gotta take my time, because obviously if I don't level it correctly, it'll just look wonky. So yeah, but you know, I was told also just to seal, and I did it. You know, they're like, well, you don't have much experience, but you know, we'll give you a try. You know, like, okay, well, obviously I gotta give my best shot doing it right, or else I'm gonna get, you know, if I can't do it ultimately, then they're gonna replace me. So here I am. So I'm lucky to be here and have a job. But I think I'm gonna let you guys go now. I wanna actually get back to my book. I'm currently reading Lyrio by Garth Nix. It's the sequel to Sabriel. So far so good. Initially, this is a little book review now. Initially, I thought it was gonna be about the main character. Again, I'm not gonna give too much spoilers, but I thought it was gonna be about the main character again, but it's not, and that is evident from the very beginning. This is not a spoiler for the second book. So yeah, but it's alright. It's still good. It's, you know, I like the character, so it kind of has to grow on me. But I'm enjoying it, and you know, I think it'll lead somewhere good. So, but all right, guys, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace out.